Hey everyone, Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson, and today I'm going to go over the stocks that I believe have the most potential to move Monday and the rest of this week. If you're new to this channel, I appreciate you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm releasing free videos every single day. So highly recommend you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I release a new video. Um, I also want to let you guys know about my group on Facebook. It's called the Day Traders Club. It's a group of over almost 300 traders now who trade Nasdaqs, OTCs, options, Forex, cryptocurrencies. They're day traders, swing traders, long-term holds, and we give each other watch lists, opinions, strategies, and we just help each other out. We help each we help everyone out, try to be the best trader that they can be. So highly recommend you join. Link is down below, and it's a great resource you can use when you're trading because hundreds of eyes watching the market, giving out free alerts. So it's amazing. Um, so if you are new around here, I just want to break down my screen so you know what's going on. On the left side right here is my eTrade Pro um, platform. And on the right side is my equity feed platform. If you want to try out this platform right here, equity feed, if you use the link down below, there's a free 2-week trial. No credit card needed whatsoever, so you can try it out. If you don't like it, no harm done. But it's a really great tool to use because I remember when I wasn't using this, um, there'd be stocks that would run hundreds and hundreds of percentage points, and then I would see them too late. Whereas now that I have this program, I can catch these stocks right when they're starting to run. And a whole bunch of my students use it and they love it. It's really good stuff, so highly recommend you check it out. So first, let's just jump in right here and let's look at OWCP. I'm just using my scanner here, ranking from the highest amount of dollar volume. Right now, I'm looking at stocks that are not on the Nasdaq, so OTC stocks. Um, so first up is OWCP. Um, looks like we had a very nice move on Thursday and Friday. On Friday, it was kind of bearish. I do see this overbearing trend line right here. Let me just extend this wedge, extend that trend line right there. You can see that most of these candles here, they top out on that line. So that's an obvious resistive trend line right there. We're still green on the day. We're up around 9% almost. So let's just draw out our levels of support and resistance real fast. So at 0.3667, around here in this area, looks like there's some support right there. Let's look at the 30-minute, see what that looks like. So the 30-minute, we are still kind of high on the stochastics. Looks like it is downtrending still. A lot of volume lost end of day, but that's typical because it's end of day Friday too, so that's not too bad. As far as our indicators go, we're still above the 60 moving average on the 30-minute, which is not surprising because this was only a 2-day runner. But as far as the 5-minute, we did have the 10 moving average cross below the 60 moving average, and that's a very bearish sign. So right now, no play in my opinion. If we're able to bounce off this level right here at 0.36 ish and hold support, then that might be a good dip buy. LQMT I'm not going to look at just because I know that stock doesn't have lots of range. Same with DCTH. I don't like DCTH. TRTC, it's only up 2%. TITXF, I haven't been looking at that. GRCK, I will look at this one. I can't remember why this was running. Let me look on Twitter real fast. Very good chart. We're still above the 60 moving average on the 5-minute, so that's a very good sign. It's still very bullish. Let me just do a search right here on Twitter real fast. Make sure you follow my Twitter page too, at Ivanov Trades. I give out free alerts every single day from 5:30 a.m. until the market close, sending out chart patterns, all that good stuff. So let's just type in GRCK. And this is also why I really recommend you go on Twitter, because you can just look up these stocks and see what people are saying about them. If there's a whole bunch of hype around it, you can tell because people keep talking about it. So people are talking about it. Acquisition news. Let's see. Let's look at OTC markets. So this is really what I do every single night. I spend like an hour or so looking through every single stock that's been running and just seeing if there's any potential. You know, the reason why 90% of traders fail is because they don't prepare like this. They don't take the time to see for any potential in the market, and they just go off of guru picks and they chase stocks, and that's why they fail. So if you don't want to be part of the 90% of traders who fail, you have to be more prepared than everyone else, and that means taking the time every single night to do your stock research and see what has potential for the next morning. So we have a 13G filing. Let's see what that says. Excuse me. Someone bought shares. Don't really see anything very important in that filing. So let's look at the chart pattern right now. So right now we do have a support right here at 22 cents. Actually 0.0225. Nice round number. Bottomed there very nicely. So we have to see if that holds as support. And also it looks like that will be the same area that the 60 moving average will be retesting in the morning. So that'd be a very good dip buy right there if we have previous support via the chart and also our 60 moving average acting as support as well. Also, the stochastics are dipping down a little bit, so we could see that retest and have a very nice bounce. As far as high of day was right here at 0.3 cents. I don't know why I said 0.3 cents. 3 cents. Nice round number like always. And we do have a descending trend line here, but I have found that these descending trend lines don't really act as well on the OTC market. Maybe not that many traders on the OTC market understand the descending trend line, so they just don't pay attention to it. Hold on. Sorry about that. So yeah, GRCK, I would definitely recommend watching tomorrow just because this had a 132% move on Friday. It will most likely gap up on Monday just because of how big of a move it had, and it held most of its gains. So that'll be very interesting to watch. Let's just go down the list. Soup Q. I know that everyone was talking about this stock. I'll look at it, but I know it's a fraud. They released news that they were emerging from bankruptcy, but it's not how it seems. The reason why they're emerging from bankruptcy is because another third party, private party, bought all of their assets. So now it's a company that has zero assets whatsoever. So they can't create revenue if you have no assets. So this is going to go down to zero most likely. Same thing with RTNB, Route 9B Holdings or something like that. They got halted on Friday. Same exact thing. Someone bought all their assets. People read the news wrong because it was a very misleading headline. So it spiked up and then got halted. So everyone that's who has shares of RTNB, you're probably going to lose a lot of money. So just want to let you know. Sorry, but you have to make sure you read your news releases thoroughly so you don't get caught in a situation like that. SubQ, yeah, not really much. Um, Seems very dead to me, so I'm not going to look at it. BVTK, I know that this has some impending news coming out. They just had a news release about them partnering up with this multi-billion-dollar company. Chart does look pretty good. Let's look at the 30-minute because it's a slower moving stock. Okay, this is very nice because you can see that the 10 moving average is bouncing off of the 60 moving average. Very low stochastics. So this is a definite watch for Monday. Definite watch. Let me write that down. BVTK. So I can add this to my watch list tomorrow morning. Yeah, if you are new to my channel and me in general, I do release daily watch lists every single day in the morning. You can view them at my website, tonyivanov.com/blog. I'll leave a link down below so you can easily get to it. So BVTK, possible dip buy. So this may be a longer video. I'm sorry if that bothers you guys, but I'm just showing you exactly what it takes to be a day trader. It's not just fast work. You have to really put the time in to do your research, because the ones who put the time in to do the research, they get the biggest rewards, obviously. So BVTK, definite watch. Let's look at the daily chart. We are on an uptrend for sure. The 10 moving average has crossed over the 6 moving average on the daily, so that's a very good sign. We momentarily crossed below it, but regained it easily. As far as next levels of resistance, 70 cents and 85 cents. If it breaks 85 cents, this will go on a very big run because that's like 52-week highs. So very nice chart here. Let me just draw in some more trend lines. You can see this one right here. And yeah, cool. Very nice. Let me put this one in right here too at 0.0053. Okay, cool. BVTK, awesome. Now, ONCI I want to look at because this is a very developmental company. And I first alerted this stock down in 0.0033, and now it's over a penny, almost 2 pennies. As far as chart goes, it looks very strong. We do have a gap, which I do not really like, but it seems like it's holding the gap for now at least. Let's look at the 5-minute, see if we can find any patterns. Okay, so 5-minute is a little bit choppy, so I don't really want to focus on it too much. I will make a point though and say that the 10 moving average has crossed over the 60 moving average on the 5-minute. So what I basically mean about or what I really want to get across about using these time frames is that what you basically want to look for is that you want to like find a pattern. Like say you're trading these sub penny stocks, okay? You want to start out using the 5-minute, and you want to see if you can get like a 1060 cross here, and then you want to see that movement happen with the rest of the time frames. So what I mean by that is, so right now we have a 1060 cross on the 5-minute. So next thing that we want to see is that happening on the 10-minute. So let's see if it is happening on 10-minute. Okay, no, not yet. But it looks like it's trying to get back up there, you can tell. And so basically that's how you use these time frames, because as far as these moving averages go, they change depending on your time frame because they're moving averages. So the 10 moving average, it's an average of the last 10 candles. And when it's a 10-minute per candle, it's going to be different than a 5-minute per candle. So yeah, basically what you want to see is that your pattern will propagate throughout the later time frames, and the more it can propagate throughout, the stronger the move will be. So like I said on BVTK, we saw the 1060 cross on the daily, that's a very, very strong move because it was able to go through all of those time frames and hit the daily. And now a lot of traders use the daily chart when they're doing their research, so a lot of traders will see that 1060 cross happen, meaning more people will want to buy it on Monday, like I want to buy it on Monday because I see that pattern. The way that this technical stuff works, it's just because of a bunch of traders use these patterns and indicators, and if a lot of people use these patterns and they buy and sell at the same time, if you can be one step in front of them, then you're going to be able to ride the momentum wave easily. And that's how it works. It's not some magic like formula or anything like that. It's solely because it's a self-making prophecy. It works because people think it works, basically. And that's why I don't use these crazy like studies like the what's one, like most of these, I doubt many people use any of these at all, so they do not work that well. So I really recommend that you just stick to the basics because that's what everyone, well, not everyone, that's what the majority of traders use. So there's a little piece of wisdom there. But anyways, ONCI, it does seem like a possible dip buy for Monday, mainly because look at the stochastics, very low stochastics. We have a triple bottom at 0.14, no, 0.127. So the closer we can get onto that 0.127, the better the entry is. But I do want to be cautious about this gap because people are going to want this gap to fill. So if it does retest 0.127 again, I'd want to see a lot of people on the bid because if not, then it will crack below. And most likely, if it does crack, it'll fill this gap and bounce right off of 0. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm dumb. Um, disregard what I said before. Triple bottom at 0.142. If it breaks below the 0.142, it'll bounce off of 0.127. So keep those two levels in mind. As far as resistance goes, we have overbearing resistance at 0.191. And we also do have a resistive trend line here, which I will draw just in case, because you never know what can happen. So yeah. And also, whenever you're looking at ONCI, look at NECA as well because they just recently had a contract deal where they're sharing the revenues, and NECA is a very low priced stock, so it does have very good potential. As far as right now, it is pretty bearish. If we can get this 1060 cross to happen on the 30-minute, that'd be much better. Because it's never a good sign when a sub penny trips play like this is underneath the 60 moving average. That means it's currently bearish. And I do not like to take my chances on these trip plays because you can lose a lot of money very fast. So I only trade the best of the best. As far as the daily goes, it is still bullish though. And we did get a double bottom here on this previous resistance. So previous resistance did act as support here. That's a very good thing to take a note of. Stochastics are still kind of high, but they've always been kind of high. But we do have a lower high right here. So let me just draw that out. Just in case we see this 2 minutes down the road, I'll be able to see that line. Always recommend whenever you're doing your chart research and you don't even think you're going to trade a stock, draw your lines out anyways because if you're using a platform like E-Trade, it saves all of your drawings. So if I look back at the stock in 2-3 months, I'll be able to see all these levels without having to go back in time and look for these. So it's a very good tip. What else is there? MJNA. Okay, MJNA. We are bouncing off of previous support, or I'm sorry, previous resistance. Right here you can see. Let me zoom in here so you can see. nice double bottom right here in this past month, and that is the same level that it broke out of when it did its huge run right here. So very good thing to keep in mind. As far as we are on a pretty severe downtrend, but we did find recent support, but you can see the same thing happened here. It could be a good dip buy. I'd probably want to wait until there's some news. Bollinger Bands are squeezing pretty tight, so that's a good sign for a potential breakout. Let's look at the 30-minute. Okay, so 30-minute. I don't really like how much this stock moves. Well, not how much it moves. Like, it doesn't really move that fast at all. But the candles have very wide spreads. So I will probably stay away from this just because it does not have a lot of reward behind it. It will take a long time to make 10% off this stock. So I will probably stay away from this one. And the reason why I'm not looking at all of these stocks is because I know most of these by heart. I know their history and I know how they trade. Like BTCS, I'm not going to touch right now. POT, I'm not going to touch. AZFL, I'll look at it, but I don't like its recent price action. And I don't like the company just because it seems pretty sketch. I did read a article on it saying that it could be a pump and dump. So sorry, this is not cooperating with me right now. What's going on? What is that? Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so that's all for OTCs. Now let's look at our Nasdaqs. See what we can find here. So I just use the same exact scanner equity feed, but now I'm filtering for Nasdaqs. And let me show you how I filter for these. I just pick the Nasdaq, NYSE, and AMEX market. I do my price from 0.5 to $3. And this dollar volume I need to change. That's wrong. Edit filter. Let's do 400,000. Run it, and okay, cool. Now let's rank by dollar volume. So just insert dollar volume right here. Actually, let's rank by yeah. So here's RTNB. This is halted, and it's gonna probably reopen in about 2 months, or no, 2 weeks, and it'll reopen at a very, very low price. So yeah, you always want to make sure that you read your entire press release because they do deceive people like that intentionally. They're gonna make the headline not sound so bad, so people who are naive will just buy it up, and then people who are actually reading into the article will realize, oh, this is a very bad release, and they're gonna either short it or just sell. CAPR is a potential mover tomorrow. This was a Friday runner. Broke high of days on Friday, actually. This is one that I accidentally sold, and I made about $11 when I was supposed to make at least 200, but now that it broke out, I would have made even more. Probably wouldn't have held up to here, but very good move. So this is a definite watch into tomorrow. Let's write that down, CAPR. Definite watch. As far as the overall chart goes, it's not that strong, but we do have lots of volume pushing it up. So, and it just did its breakout. So it spiked up, it consolidated, and broke out again. So this may have a gap up on Monday, tomorrow, and potentially retest 350 and $4. So let's just draw out those levels right there. Um, ITUS was a is a recent runner. I do think it's starting to come down now. Yeah, it already has come down actually. So you could watch for a dip buy. I'm not sure how likely that is, but I do see that we are retesting this 250-ish, 260th level. But we do have a overbearing resistance right there. 3 red days now, so we may see a bounce, but the stochastic is still pretty high. Excuse me. Let's look at the 5 minute. Now for Nasdaqs, because they are so much more liquid, I always look at the 1 minute and 5 minute and then the daily. I don't really look at the 30 minute that much, just because they're so liquid. So it does look like we're retesting this level right here. Let's draw this one here, 250. Nice round resistance. So we did break below that support right there. See if we can get at the bottom off of 255. If not, next support is 250. If it cannot bounce off 250, then I'm not interested. IZEA is also a recent runner. It's still maintaining its highs, surprisingly. Let's look at the daily chart. So this had a very big gap right here. Holding this level at around $7.16. This is a little bit too high priced for me because right now I'm trading with a small account to help you guys learn how to trade with a small account. I'm not going to trade with my full account size because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach you guys. So right now I'm using a $4,000 account, and every trade I'm doing is around $2,000. If you want to know how to get around the PDT rule, just use a cash account. I have a video on it. It's called differences between a cash and margin account. I highly recommend you check it out. I released it about 2 weeks ago now, I think, and it has some very good information there. So yeah, check it out. IZEA though, we do have previous resistance here at around $7.10, and we are just below that level. Recent support is $5.45. Look at the 1 minute. One minute's very choppy. This stock is very, very volatile. Kind of hard to predict, so yeah, I probably will not trade this. HMNY I know is one that just keeps on running. This started out to run it, I think, at like $2, and now it's up to $12.65. Look at the daily chart first, just because this is a multi-day runner. I do expect it to crash very soon. If you are able to short, I would recommend looking at shorting this. I'm not sure you'll find any shares to short just because this is moving so much. Why isn't it showing me the daily chart? I don't want to look at the 1 minute. I want to look at the daily. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see if we can fix this here. There we go. Yeah, so we're on a very, very big run from around $2.61. We've had 2 green days, and it looks like this stock is following a pattern of either 2 or 3 green days and then 1 red day. 3 green days. Look, so here 2 green days, 1 red day, 3 green days, 1 red day, 2 green days. We did crash pretty hard end of day. I would say next possible support would be $12.50 because it's a nice round monthly resistance. and after that it would probably be $2.38, or I'm sorry, $12.38. Um, that's all I'm going to go over tonight. I will be releasing another watch list tomorrow morning with more stocks. So if you want to check that out, please click the link down below, and it'll take you to my website. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more of this stuff, please hit that subscribe button. If you have any requests on future videos or stuff that I should go over, please leave a comment down below. If you're able to watch this whole video, I want to see who's the most dedicated, because I am going to be releasing my course in around 2 weeks. I'm planning on releasing it by October 15th. So if you are dedicated, I will give you guys very, very discounted pricing for the course. So please, if you have watched through this whole thing, leave a comment down below saying preparation is key. 3 words, preparation is key. I'll give even bigger discounts to whoever can share this video on social media and tag me saying preparation is key. I want to see who's the most dedicated, because I will take care of you guys the most, obviously. I want to help the people who are really wanting to learn. So yeah, 3 words, preparation is key. Last thoughts, before you go into the market tomorrow, just understand that trading is risky, and just tell yourself that, okay, I'm going to be trading on the stock market, and it can be risky and I can lose money. Just make sure that you're aware of that before you start trading, because then you will not be as anxious if you just understand that there is risk involved. So yeah, the main thing that you want to do when you're trading is that you want to, one, make a plan before you enter your trade. So that means that you make a plan of where you're going to buy, where you're going to sell, and where you're going to cut your losses. And two, you just have to make sure that you follow your plan. Do not let your emotions take over your trading. And number one rule, in my opinion, is cut your losses quickly, because there are tens of thousands of stocks on the stock market, and there's different ones making moves every single day. There's no reason to get married to a stock and be down over 5%. So yeah, make sure you cut your losses quickly, because the number one thing that you need to focus on right now is just not losing money and slowly adding to your account. Because the more money that you lose, the harder it is to gain it back. Like, let's say that uh, your account is $2,000, and say that somehow you take a drastic loss of you lose $1,000, you lose 50%. Okay, now to make that back, you have to make 100%. So really, really crucial that you just preserve your capital, slowly build it up with small, consistent gains, and just watch your account grow. Do not try to get home run wins, because if you aim for those, you will most likely fail. Just aim for slow, consistent gains, especially when you're still small. If you have a really small account, less than $10,000, it's very crucial just to add on to it slowly over time, because the more money you have, the more money you will make, because it's all just based on percentages. So right now, it may not be too fun to take a 10% win on $1,000 account, because you're only making $100. But when you have a $10,000 account, 10% is $1,000, and that's very, very manageable to make 10% wins every single day. So you could potentially be making $1,000 a day. That's why I really, really like penny stock trading. There's so much potential, and I want to teach you guys as much as I can. So yeah, 3 words, preparation is key. I'm sorry this video was a little bit longer. I didn't prepare for it, sorry. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the markets. Good night.